How's it going, guys? This is Tactical, back with something far different, especially if you read the title. You're probably wondering why there's an O light sitting in the camera frame right now instead of the SIG light, which it should be an update on. And that's because I had so many problems with the SIG light that I ended up actually just giving it to a family member. And he actually has a SIG, because he's got a little bit of money like that. I don't. I tried attaching that SIG weapons light to a G19X, and also to a G2C to no avail, even though both of them claim that they should be able to go right on any sort of Glock mount. The Glock mount was indeed in there, and for some reason it just would not attach. Like, it would not really spread itself wide enough to go onto the Glock or on the G2C, and I don't really have an explanation as to why. It's not really a secret that SIG loves making stuff specifically for SIG and by SIG, because that's the way they just like to do things. But if you put on there that something can fit on one of the most standard types of pistols on the market in the world, you would think that especially a brand like SIG would be able to hold on to it. And maybe it was user error, maybe it was me, because I've seen pictures of people who did indeed put them on a G2C and on a Glock. Granted, not a Glock 19X, but a Glock nonetheless. And I don't know, maybe it was me and I just couldn't figure it out because I'm a big old dumb. But I ended up just giving it to someone who could probably use it more, and I switched back to an O light for basically most of my nighttime stuff. Is it the best thing in the world? No, absolutely not. You should definitely save up and probably go ahead and just get a stream light. But I also got a bunch of these when I was still broke, and they would do 2-for-1 specials. So it not only let me get this one, it let me get one for a little 22 that I had, and on a separate time, they were doing one where you get a weapons light, and they would give you like a little keychain flashlight, which I still have the keychain flashlight too, and that worked just fine. And they still work just fine. Yes, they have absolutely had problems in the past. Yes, it's a Chinese-made product. I'm absolutely aware of this. But you know what? It keeps working, and as long as it keeps working, that's fine. I will eventually get something better. In fact, there's probably a deal out there right now for a Streamlight. But until I can actually get my hands on that, it kind of doesn't really matter, because this is what I have to work with. So I could theoretically tape like a little LED flashlight to a shotgun, but I'm not going to do that, because it's easier to have something like this, and maybe, you know what, I'll end up using it as a backup. If maybe you end up upgrading your light system, but maybe you want something just stored off property. Well, if you got like a hunting cabin or like a fishing cabin or a lake house or whatever, and you want to just have a little stash of supplies up there, this would be great to put up there. If you have like one of those little Walmart type solar panels that go on top of a backpack, they also come with these, by the way, the O lights come with a little attachment that just magnetically clips onto that, and it charges. So you can be out in the middle of nowhere and have light, which is a very good thing, because you don't want to be stumbling around in the dark at night wondering what that bump was, or if there's someone or something on your property that might be threatening you. So it's definitely something that's worth having. We've all been broke in getting into the 2A community. It's kind of, I think, a weird rite of passage. This, and probably one of the other things that's coming up, is one thing that I think a lot of different people get into. And something I've noticed is that people generally don't get rid of their O-lights. They keep them around. They don't put them on like their safe queens, but yeah, they keep them around. They might have it on like a weird backup pistol that they don't really use that much. It's just something that sits in the safe just in case, and it's got a light on it. So you know what? That's fine. So if people are gonna find their use for it and keep using them, why shouldn't you? Like, it's at some point they always do sales where they're like $50. And I think I have definitely gotten $50 worth of use out of this. So I can't really see a gigantic downside. Yes, again, they have that reputation where unfortunately someone lost their life to one. But from what I can tell, that wasn't even one of the mounted weapons lights. I'm pretty sure that was one of just their standard flashlights. So unless we really see a problem where it was a weapons light that they do, I don't particularly see a problem just yet. Should you get something better? Yes, if you can. Get something better. If you truly and honestly can't and everything is going to pot, it's better to have this than nothing. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.